We are at HGC end of July 1997 in our HGC series. Um, Pretty much this show is a lot of baby faces getting over. See if we have some decent popularity gains. There's like three or four major babyface victories um, that matter for us going forward. But we start off the show, ripcord cutting promo saying if Frankie Future beats Brent Hill tonight, I will face him at Holly Weird to put an end to this little rivalry with this nobody named Frankie Future. So that sets up the main event to give stakes to it. Jack Bruce makes his quote unquote cruiserweight debut, defeating Golden Fox. Now post match, it's like a little angle where Jack Bruce steps on a scale. Dark Eagle's not in it. It's just Jack Bruce, but Dark Eagle's included. Can proceed to continue the storyline. Um, Jack Bruce has a step on a scale. He weighs in. He's over the cruiserweight limit, so the match didn't count in regards to his cruiserweight record. So he's not able to get a title shot right away. Just a fun way to kind of continue that. Next week we'll do like a training montage with Jack Bruce, kind of trying to lose the weight. We have Cowboy RDJ confront Liberty backstage, but it's an amicable but heated conversation. Like it's friendly, but it's also like you got one up on me last week, and I'm gonna get my revenge eventually. But kind of left on easy terms there, and that's to set up an angle later in the show. We follow that up. BLZ Bub just getting a win here, squash match over Jason Jackson. Jason Jackson is one of those guys that like the Danny Rushmore, who's not getting beat tonight. Big deal. Yeah, so just another win for BLZ Bub, and is what it is. We follow that up with Coach Dick confronting Professor Nero. The rest of these guys aren't in the angle, but I just listed them because they're part of this. Didn't need to do all that, but anyways, I did it. So Coach Dick is like, you know what? You're mad because you have it out for me. You had the Demons of Rage attack RP Junior, my boy, and that will not be stand for. Professor Nero is upset for Demons of Rage, who got screwed out of tag title shots. So now it kind of sets that up, and maybe I can have that be a main event in coming weeks. I haven't really figured that out yet, but I know where these matches are going to happen. It's just the order and how it all makes sense. But yeah, Coach Dick confronts Professor Nero, claiming that he was behind RP Jr. being attacked. And one of our babyface victories here, Monty Walker, with a pretty solid rating, defeats Jimmy Power. Hopefully get in the low 20s of popularity so we can continue pushing him out the card. As I have him slated for like a mid card match at Total Mayhem, but it's like a big storyline that's ongoing. Charlie Homicide agrees to defend the hardcore title versus Monty Walker next week, so we will have that matchup for the hardcore title. I feel like I just said that twice. Um, we have Troy Tornado is baffled why Romeo Heartthrob attacked him. He invited Romeo to his birthday party, just like kind of playing oblivious that he's being a jerk to Romeo, and Romeo just rips into him, calls him entitled, Gen, whatever of the time. Um, he's just a punk kid and he needs humbled. No, he doesn't need to break his back and be humble because it kind of does look like Iron Sheik. Um, Nonetheless, another kind of shocking victory. We have Richard Blood defeat Damien Carville following interference, kind of distraction from Jeb Langley. This is to kind of give Richard Blood a little bit of a big victory. Although he's a babyface, it's not clean, but it also kind of sets up that Damien Carville has the excuse. So again, he lost. It's been the kind of the story of Damien Carville with officiating, the Sam Strong and Troy Tornado. Um, this match where he loses to Richard Blood now, but we kept him strong, so that way he's not like too hurt by the loss, and it gives Richard Blood a little bit of popularity. So hopefully he can what's it called maybe be a guy who can lose to help someone else get over, and a 50-50 booking like I talked about. Then probably hopefully the biggest victory is Jesse Christian defeats Alex Braun. Well, not the biggest victory, that's the main event. Jesse Christian defeats Alex Braun here. Alex Braun was in our cruiserweight division, and so we got his popularity up to 40s. Now we're kind of bring him back down a little bit, but not too far, while raising Jesse Christian up. Um, so Alex Braun's going to be in a little bit of the losing end here. He'll be now the 50-50 booking. Like we got him over, we had him put over our champion. So now he's gonna bring everyone else up with him now. So look for him to face Monty eventually. Look for him to face Frankie Future eventually. Joe Langley and him are like neck and neck, like with Alex Braun and popularity. So maybe even that. But I'm hoping popularity gain there for Jesse. Now a follow up to the earlier angle with Untouchables attack Liberty, but Cowboy RDJ makes the save. This to continue the storyline of Liberty and Cowboy RDJ being allies and friends. Um, they have great tag chemistry, so it's continuing that, and also the Untouchables being dastardly heels, beating down Liberty to set up Eric Tyler versus Liberty, which will be our main event of Holly Weird. As I said, Sam Strong's not gonna be around. Sid Street's promo is interrupted by Flapjack and Lance Henderson, setting up our main event next week of Sid Street's versus Flapjack. So next week we have Sid Street's versus Flapjack, Jack Bruce's training montage. Maybe there'll be multiple little parts, and Charlie Homicide versus Monty Walker for the hardcore title. And then maybe the week after that, thinking out loud here, you can do Vessies or Blazing Flames versus Demons. Yeah, figure that out. And in the main event, Frankie Future defeats Brent Hill. This is the third matchup. Brent beat Frankie ahead of Total Mayhem. Frankie won at Total Mayhem. And then Frankie wins here. If I had to flip it, I probably would have done Frankie wins the first one, then Brent wins at Total Mayhem, and Frankie wins this as like the blow off to their little spiel. Um, just because Brent's gonna be fine. Being Ripcord's manager is just he's gonna continue ascending in popularity no matter what. So yeah, a lot of like people getting put over. Not a lot of our established stars here. Um, I think that's like yeah. I mean, there's no one really that was established ahead of time. Those are all people that like I pushed over the past couple of weeks, well months and save. But yeah, I'm hoping we got some popularity boost there. I got to bring back Steve Gumble and Harry Allen. I think one of them were hurt. 78, so that beat us because we had the mid main event, but that's fine. All right, so let's do here. All right, Frankie, Jesse, Richard, Monty, Jack. All right, I'm gonna snip that so I can remember because talking and then looking stuff up sometimes is more than you think, you know? Don't hate on it. So right away, Frankie, all right, he went up five. Uh, he went up more than five because he didn't really, yeah, he went up like six, seven. So maybe he went up one and like with the angles and stuff. But yeah, we finally got him a jump. 34, not great, but I want to get him there around that 70s range. Tri-State, I feel like Tri-State has just been, we should start thinking about going there more. Case of Jesse Christian, second guy, went up another 6, 7, so he's almost, okay, I'm looking at Southwest. He's at 30, so I'm happy with that. Richard Blood, 28, so he went up 5. Yeah, his popularity doubled this month with the victory of Cobra over Cobra and Viper, teaming Rico Santana. BLZ Bub got a victory, but we know that's not going to really change too much. 50. No, he went up 55 in the squash match. I guess that's counting the match with Dusty Streets. Duh. And then Jack Bruce will end off the little tail there. I guess we can check Damien, make sure he wasn't hurt too bad. Yeah, Jack Bruce went up a little bit. So Brent, make sure he didn't get hurt too bad. No, that's about the same. Alex Braun did go down a little bit. I think he was at 43, but that's fine. That's right around where I want him. So he'll lose, win, lose, win. 50-50 booking. Brent Hill, I said he's fine. And again, Damien. So Damien, that's not, he didn't really go down. So I'm fine with that. Um, so yeah, so Damien, I feel like okay. So pretty much our booking has been pretty good at getting the people over that we want to get over. I'm already starting to look at of like possible people for the next batch. I feel like Steve Flash would be a good guy that I can bring in. That's not gonna be as hard to get over. So I have him shortlisted. And SWF makes a move on him, I will 100% sign him. I'm hoping Pistol Pete Hall comes back soon, just because like I feel like that'd be a fun person to book. even though he's out for the rest of the year. The natural, we have him. Remove this worker. We have Tommy Cornell. We have Troy. We have Barry. Alexander Robinson, not quite sure yet. Maybe he turns into something. Uh, the Peaks, of course, but I think Eddie's or Doug, yeah, just turned 18. Those pictures are great. Flapjack, remove. I haven't looked at this in a while. Um, but yeah, we can remove Sean McFly because I didn't sign him. But yeah, we got Sam Keith watch. We are on. We got another probably 2 years until we can bring him in. But yeah, we already are looking at, well, I'm looking at people I can bring in after I get all these guys over. Because like once like I said, 62 seems to be the cap. So once we get these guys in the 50s and all that, and we go to the ace, we'll need a new crop of guys to bring in, and then we can filter out the Jimmy Powers, the Jason Jacksons, maybe Grunt and Stinker guys I can push. We'll see how they develop as they're exclusive written contacts now or contracts now. So they'll be in the house shows and hopefully will develop their skills because right now a lot is left to be desired. Um, and Monty's resilience has not went up. I'm hoping that goes up eventually. I don't know how to make it go up, but we'll have to keep an eye out on that and talk to you guys next time.